Hello, this is Mr. Stansbury. I'm going to take you through the notes on sampling methods. At the end of this, you should be able to say, I am familiar with 5 sampling methods and how to carry them out. Okay, so first thing, best way to avoid bias in sampling is to make sure that the sample is randomly selected. This is where each member of the population has the same chance of being selected in the sample. Okay, so we're going to show you different ways of sampling. So some sampling methods. Simple random sampling, picking all samples from a hat. So example, choose 10 people from a group of 50, all names in a hat, choose 10 names out of the hat. Everyone is assigned, or you could do everyone's assigned a number 1 to 50 and have a random number generator pick 10 numbers. Okay. Another way, systematic sampling, selecting members of the population at regular intervals. For example, survey every 10th person. Select a starting number 1 through 10 and then every 10 after that. For example, you could start with number 7 and then 17, 27, 37, 47, so forth and so on. Okay. Convenience sampling is selecting members because they are easier to select or more likely to respond. If surveying on a street corner, select those closest to you, those who are walking slowly, those who make eye contact, or those who are not busy with something else, just so long as that doesn't have any kind of impact on your sample. Okay. Another one is stratified sample. That's random sampling within population subgroups. Example, if surveying 7th, 8th, and 9th graders, there are 300 7th graders, 400 8th graders, and 500 9th graders, and you wanted a 10% sample, 10% of the 300 would be 30, so you do 30 7th graders, 10% of 400 is 40, you do 40 8th graders, 10% of 500 is survey 50 9th graders. These 120 students would be randomly selected. Okay, and then one more is quota sample, specific convenience sampling within population subgroups. For example, it's the same as stratified sampling, except the 120 students would be specifically selected by the experimenter. Okay, so that's a quota sample. All right, let's take a look at some of these. Okay, example 1. Barry the Barracuda wishes to test the taste quality of a school of minnows. Barry decides to sample 2% of the minnows using a systematic sample. How could Barry carry out this sample? So if it's a systematic sample, he could pick, again, like he could do, like, say, I'm going to choose, like, I'm going to count, because Barry's a good counter, apparently, especially of minnows that swimming around the school. He's an accountant. He's like, I'm going to start with a random number of, say, 5, and then I'm going to eat the 5th one that I see, and then I'm going to eat, like, every 20th one after that I see. That would be a systematic sample. Okay? Okay, we're going to do one last example here, but before that, let's do a little comedy break.
Driving the other day, and there's a guy in the lane next to me. He's in a convertible. He's talking on a cell phone. I think I'm more important than I really am. And here's why. Just yammering uselessly. So I had to watch what I was doing and what he's doing. And this guy had construction in his lane, so he needed to merge into my lane. He didn't even know this because he's into his call, and I knew he needed to merge. I gave him some room. I swear, here's how he thanked me. He's looking down, he's talking, he looks up, sees the construction, sees that I'm giving him room, and he goes, could less effort possibly be put into thanking a fellow human being? Oh man, here I was all self-absorbed, and you were nice enough to look out for my safety. I don't know how to thank you other than...
All right. Example 2. Rochelle is looking to survey 100 of her bug friends from the backyard. She has 387 sugar ant friends, 312 potato bug friends, and 93 tuxedo bug friends. How many of each bug should be surveyed? Okay, so what we want to do is we want to figure out how many total friends she has of her bug friends here. So we've got 387 312, and 93. Okay, so we're going to add those all up to see what we get. Okay, that gives us 792 total bug friends. Okay, she only wants to survey 100, so what we want to do is we want to take the 100 that she wants to only wants to survey 100, so we take the 100 and divide it by 792, and that will give us the percent of each population of these 3 bug sets that we want to survey. Okay, so when we take 100 divided by 792, we get 0.126. We'll go with 0.126. So we want to survey 12.6% of each one of these groups so that we get pretty close to 100. Okay, so we're going to take 387 and multiply that by 0.126, 312, multiply that by 0.126, and then 93, multiply that by 0.126. And that should give us how many we should survey from each group. So 387 times 0.126 gives us 48.7. So let's go with 49, and that is sugar ant friends. So 49 SA, sugar ants. Okay, now let's calculate the number of potato bug friends. That gives us 39.3, so let's go with 39. That rounds off. And then apply 93 times 0.126. Push enter, and we get 11.7, so we'll call that 12. And that is the tuxedo bugs, right? Now, if we add these all up, we actually magically get 100 bugs total. So that should be pretty close to what we'd want to do for our survey. Okay? All right, that's all we have for sampling methods. If you have any further questions, please feel free to ask in class. Thanks.